Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something a lot of you have been asking about. The best weapons for Aero Rover in Wuthering Waves. If you finished the quest, the Maiden, the Defier, the Death Crier, then you already know what's coming. Blood Pact's Pledge, that sweet 5-star sword tailor-made for Aero Rover. It's not just any shiny blade, this thing synergizes perfectly, boosting their performance in combat like it was handcrafted by the gods of Wuthering themselves. But hey, not everyone wants to follow the obvious path, right? One of the best things about RPGs is that you get to experiment and build your characters your way. So what if Blood Pact's Pledge is technically the best? That doesn't mean it's the only choice. In this video, we're going to check out the second best weapons you can give to Aero Rover, alternatives that still pack a punch and let you play your style. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the
portion
video.
Of the audience
Before we
is
start,
subscribe to
if
the
you
channel.
enjoy these types of list videos,
Please don't forget to subscribe if you like these types of videos.
Subscribe. Enjoy watching.
Thanks.
Let's talk about a surprising underdog in the Aero Rover arsenal, the Commando of Conviction. Now, I know what you're thinking, but it's just a 4-star weapon. Yeah, true, but don't let that fool you. With a solid 412 base ATK and a 30% ATK substat, this sword holds its own. And if you've got it at R5, you're looking at an extra 30% ATK for 15 seconds every time you trigger the intro skill. That's crazy value for something not even in the 5-star category. What makes Commando of Conviction really shine is how effortless it is to activate. Aero Rover's intro skill is already part of their natural rotation, so you're not jumping through hoops to get the buff. You just play normally and boom, more ATK. It's a consistent boost that fits right into almost any team comp without needing special setups or timing tricks. And let's not forget, when all effects are active, you're basically getting around 60% bonus ATK, which is massive for both DPS-focused Aero Rover builds and those leaning more into healing utility. So yeah, Blood Pact's Pledge might be their soulmate, but Commando of Conviction, that's the reliable best friend who shows up and gets things done. Now let's switch things up and talk about a more supportive option, the Overture. With a base ATK of 337 and a whopping 51% energy regen as its substat, this sword isn't here to pump out huge numbers. It's here to make your Aero Rover smoother, faster, and way more efficient. Every time you use your resonance skill, you also restore 16 concerto energy at R5. That may not sound flashy, but trust me, it adds up fast. What makes Overture really shine is how it cuts down Aero Rover's field time. Think about it. The quicker they fill that concerto meter, the faster you can rotate back to your main DPS. And if you're running Aero Rover as a healer, this is exactly what you want. They hop in, drop some heals or buffs, blast their resonance liberation, and get out. Clean, efficient, no time wasted. Sure, Overture doesn't boost your raw damage numbers, but that's not its job. Its job is to keep the engine running for your entire team. If your playstyle values quick rotations and steady uptime on buffs and heals, then Overture is a sleeper pick that deserves way more attention. Perfect choice for those healer Aero Rover builds out there. Alright, now let's get into the classic 5-star pick that's basically a staple for Aero Rover, the Emerald of Genesis. This sword packs a serious punch with a base ATK of 587, which is one of the highest among its peers. On top of that, it gives you a nice 24% crit rate substat, which is crucial for landing those sweet, consistent crits that make your damage pop. But the real magic comes from its effect. It boosts your energy regen by 12.8%, and whenever you use your resonance skill, you get an ATK increase of 6%, stacking up to twice for 10 seconds. That means you're not only hitting harder, but also charging your abilities faster, which is perfect for keeping Aero Rover's flow smooth and deadly. What's cool about Emerald of Genesis is that it pretty much checks all the boxes Aero Rover needs: crit, energy regen, and attack power, while still being accessible to free-to-play players. If you want a reliable all-rounder sword that works well in almost any build, this one's a solid pick that won't let you down. Alright, let's talk about a real powerhouse sword for Aero Rover, Blazing Brilliance. It comes with a hefty 587 base ATK and a massive 49% crit DMG substat, so you know this weapon is built to turn your crits into absolute explosions. But that's just the start. The real game changer is its R5 effect, which boosts your ATK by 12% and stacks something called Searing Feathers every time you hit enemies. Here's where it gets interesting. Every time Aero Rover attacks, you gain a stack of Searing Feather, and when you cast your Resonance skill, you instantly get 5 stacks. Each stack pumps up your Resonance skill damage by 4%, and you can stack this effect up to 14 times. So basically, the more you keep attacking and juggling enemies in the air, the more insane your Resonance skill damage gets. Perfect for Aero Rover's playstyle. On top of all that, Blazing Brilliance's built-in ATK and crit DMG buffs make it one of the absolute best swords you can equip. If you want to see Aero Rover dealing huge burst damage with every resonance skill, this weapon's going to be your best friend in Wuthering Waves. Alright, we've reached the crown jewel of Aero Rover's arsenal, Blood Pact's Pledge. This sword is basically made for Aero Rover, with a whopping 588 base ATK and a solid 39% energy regen substat that keeps their abilities flowing smoothly. If you want your Aero Rover casting that powerful resonance liberation as often as possible, this weapon's energy regen is a game changer. But here's the real kicker. Whenever Aero Rover provides healing, it boosts their resonance skill damage by 10% for 6 seconds. Plus, when they cast resonance skill Unbound Flow, all nearby resonators get attempt Aero DMG amplification for a full 30 seconds. That's a serious team-wide boost that really lets your squad shine, especially if you're rocking Aero Rover's Echo set for even more aero damage. So yeah, Blood Pact's Pledge isn't just the best weapon for Aero Rover, it's their signature best-in-slot sword. And here's the best part, it's completely free. If you're looking to maximize your Aero Rover's potential in Wuthering Waves, this is the one you want in your hands. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.